Hey everyone, this is Jasmine and welcome to my channel. Today we will learn about React. What is React? React is an open source front-end JavaScript library that makes it easy to develop user interfaces. React is a component based. We encapsulate functional components that can be composed together at will and reused at our leisure. Now, to work with React comfortably and without interruptions, we need these two things, npm and Node.js. So this is the link to download Node.js. I will share this link in my description box. So what you need to do is just write this script in your terminal or command prompt. And once you have installed Node.js, the npm will also be installed, and after that run this code node-v npm-v. So it should print the version numbers. If it's not printing version numbers, that means there's some problem in it and you need to reinstall it. So before we start with the React, we need to first understand ES6. React is based on ES6, that is ECMA2015. It was created to standardize JavaScript, and ES6 is the 6th version. It was published in 2015 and is also known as ECMA2015. It has lots of functionality and syntax. So in ES6 we will cover these topics: variable declaration with let and constant, arrow function, new string, spread operator, destructuring, rest operator, template string, promise, and asynchronous function. Now we always declare a variable with a where. So what is let and constant? So in 2015, JavaScript had gained these new keywords. The main difference is that using let and constant variables only exists inside the scope in which they are defined. Now let us understand this with an example. Here I am using Visual Code to create the React apps. Let's get started. So first we need to create the React app with the command npx create React app and the name of it. Make sure all are small. It gives an error if you have it in caps. Now this has created a React app. We need to enter the project cd ReactJS project and then npm start. Now this is how our page is going to look. Now this is the files which React has created. So here it has a source file in it it has the app.js. So this is the place where we are going to add our components. And this is the logo that is being displayed in the page. So we will understand all these things in our later videos. Now we have to create a page so that we will create in the source. So the first thing, we are going to create a folder with the name components. And here we will create a file. Let's give it a name, hello world.js. Now to speed things up, I have copy pasted the code. We will create the React apps in our later videos. Now we are just understanding the concepts, the difference between where and let. So here I have created a React app. In this I have created a function. So this function, this is a button. On the click of the button, a function is called. So basically this function is just going to print the number. Now I have declared it I have created a for loop, and in which I have declared the variable I with where. Now you can see that the for loop ends over here, and after that I am writing the console.log I. So if I is outside the for loop, so what do you think? Should it print or should it give it an error? Let's execute this and see. So here is the click me button, and let's inspect. So if I click, it should give me in the console. So when you can see that the number 10 is displayed in the console. Now let's write the same code with let. Now instead of where, let's make it let, and let's execute the same thing. So as you can see here in the compiler, I'm getting the error I is not defined, because we are calling I after the for loop. So I is declared in the for loop, but we are trying to print it not inside but outside the for loop, so we are getting an error. So this is the main difference between let and where. So the variable where is accessible outside the loop, but the let is not. Now let's understand the difference between let and const. So here is my simple code. Here I am declaring a variable my number, let my number is equal to some values, and then I'm changing it, and then I'm printing it. So will it print or will it give me an error? Let's check. Now when I click on click me, I get the value. Now let's do a small change in that page. Here instead of let, let's make it const. And now let's see what is printed in the page. Now when I click, I get an error. This is because the constant, I've declared that variable as constant. When you declare something as a constant, you can't assign a value to it. It has a fixed value and you can't change it. So that is the main difference between const and let. Now let's go to the next slide. Arrow functions. Arrow function are another great addition to our ES toolkit. Now earlier the function declaration was function argument 1, argument 2. Now arrow function declaration makes it simple and more easy. Here I have created a function that is double, which takes a number and multiplies it with 2. So on the click of the button, I am calling it and I'm passing a value and printing it. Let's execute this page. Click me. So here I'm getting the value 10. Now with the arrow function, you can write the same thing. So you can see this function is so big, but arrow function, it's just a single line. So this is the name of the function, number into 2. Let's remove this code and execute and see. Here as you can see, we are getting the same value 10. So arrow functions makes our code cleaner and easy to read. New string. With the introduction of ES 2015, many new methods were added to JavaScript. So one such is new string. Earlier we used to use index of. Now we can use following methods like string.includes value, string.starts with some value, string.ends with some value. So this helps our code. This helps us to write the simple code. Otherwise, we have to write a long paragraph of code to get the value. Now the next is spread operator. The spread operator, that is the 3 dots, expands at an iterable like an array into more elements. This allows us to quickly copy all or parts of an existing array into another array. Now let's understand this with an example. So here you can see I have declared 3 arrays. So in green fruits there is kiwi, apple and pear. In red fruits there's strawberry, cherry and raspberry. Now there is another variable, all fruits, in which I want to add the values from the green fruits and red fruits. So all I can do is 3 dots green fruits, 3 dots red fruits. Now when I do console.log all fruits, let's see what I get in the result. Now click me. So here you can see I'm getting kiwi, apple, pear, strawberry, cherry, raspberry. So it has added the green fruits and the red fruits in one array. Destructuring allows us to extract one value or more value from any object or array and assign it to a new variable. It is another great syntax extension that has been introduced in ES 2015. So here I have declared a variable with a list of athletes. So here I'm declaring the variable gold, silver and bronze, and then I'm printing it. Now when I click, I get the result for gold, silver and bronze. So this is the old way of writing the code. Now I have written the same thing. So here this is what destructuring is. So instead of declaring it separately, we are just declaring it. Now if I execute this, the result is the same, but the second version is shorter. Rest operator. The rest operator is closely related to the spread operator. It takes care of the elements remaining in an array or object after destructuring or using function arguments. Similar to the spread operator, the rest operator is preceded by 3 dots. Let's understand this with an example. So here we have example. This function takes parameters. So the first 3 parameters are first, second, third, and there is rest. So here I'm just printing the values passed in the parameters. So here example, I'm passing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the first one goes to the 1, second, 2, 3, third. Now 4, 5, 6 is left. That will go in the rest. Let's execute this code and check in the browser. So here when I click me, so here you can see 1, 2, 3 and the rest is 4, 5, 6. So this makes our work really very easy. Just a single line of code and we get the output. Now the next is template string. The template strings offer another alternative to write string. Strings can already be declared by using the following 2 ways. One is single quote and the another one is double quotes. Now template string allows us to include JavaScript expression in this variable of a string. To do this, we wrap the expression we want to include in a form that is $, open, close, a parenthesis. So here the variable age is passed into this line by this syntax. The same way the first name and last name are concatenated and the full name is displayed. So let's see this code in action. So here my son is 7 years old. The value of age is passed and the full name, Jasmine Merchant, it's concatenated and the full name is displayed in the console. Now the next is promise. Promise is an object used to store success or failure information. It is created using the constructor promise. So this is the way we create promise, resolve, reject. Now the function can also take any of the following 3 states: pending, fulfilled and reject. So pending is the initial state of the promise and it is always pending. Fulfilled, if the function is successful, meaning resolved. The status of the promise changes from pending to fulfilled. And if it's rejected, meaning that the status of the promise will change from pending to reject. And we handle the promise using then. So then is the keyword which is used to handle the promise. Then is predefined function in JS, which is used to handle the promise object. Then will take 2 arguments, and that 2 arguments are 2 callback functions. So here is an example of promise. Then here you write the function result. So if it's successful, it's going to give you the response in this function, and if it's failure, it will go to this function, the error message, and whatever you write over here, mostly it's a try catch or an error message, will be displayed. The example of promise we will see when we start creating our React project. So the last one is asynchronous function, that is async wait. Asynchronous processing means that the processing of an event does not belong to the processing of other events. Now this is a simple illustration of asynchronous versus synchronous. So here you can see task 1, task 2, task 3 all are working in parallel. Since they don't have any dependency, so they are not waiting for one task to complete to start another. But here you can see first the task 1 is finished, then the task 2 is start, and after it is finished the task 3 is start. So this is the difference between asynchronous and synchronous. If this doesn't make any sense, we in the upcoming video we will learn how to create programs with that. So I hope you like my video. If you like, please like and subscribe to my channel, and please comment in the comment box what else do you want to see in the video. Thanks for watching.